Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Didn't get to clean my computer today like I wanted to. A good time to do it never presented itself to me, or if it did, I was busy and didn't notice, which is quite possible. So I may suffer some heavy loading issues, but nothing even says that the issues I was having last time were due to my computer running warm. It doesn't even sound like it right now. It sounds like everything's cool, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyways, we're continuing. No need for wipers. We want that. Brake is on. Gear. Good to go. Alright. We need that one now. And we're towing a fairly long and very heavy trailer, if I remember. It has been a while, as you know, since I have... come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, thank you. Played, so I'm trying to remember where we were in terms of what we're hauling. Such as things like that, so we shall see what happens. Sadly, we are headed into a night drive, which there are benefits to and things that I don't like about night drives, but such as it is today. Alright, look at that blazing speed, a whole 35 kilometers an hour, because we're going uphill on the highway. That guy isn't having much better success coming up on the left there. And it's only going to get steeper. Oh no. Just as I got it up to 38. Man. I think we'll need the hazards for this one. Jeez. Looks like we're holding steady in fifth. That's worth something. I don't know what's happened to my chair recently. It's a little upsetting. Just suddenly noticed it, and I don't think it's been happening until today, or actually started last night. When I lean back in my chair now, it tilts to the left a little bit and then goes backwards, like it's sitting on something or it's just uneven somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't know, it's a little disturbing to me because I do like to tilt back every so often. So, fun. At least it's still holding up, you know. I'm gonna be happy about that. So I return to Eve tomorrow. Yeah. I told him I'd be back on Wednesday. And Wednesday I shall return. Wow, we're up to a whole 55. Kind of hard to believe we got a 600 horsepower motor making some kind of monster torques. And there's the loading right there. There's the loading. Making some kind of monster torque here. And was still struggling hard time just to build up some decent speed. Yeah, thank you. You stay there. I'd like that very much. But if we can just build up even a decent small amount of momentum, then we should be fine. We should be able to deal with most hills that we run into. Even though I can't really see anything right now. Dude, I need to move over, please. I need to move over. Thank you. So we've got full fuel tank, fully rested. Sadly, I don't think we can make this full run, though. I don't think it's possible. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3 lately. I leveled up my Barbarian to 70. Was 60 to begin with when I quit. And I also had a level 60 monk that I just got to 70. I don't know when or who I'm going to be leveling up next. I'm probably going to spend some time doing some rifts with my nephew. You're just not going to hold it, are you? Nope. I was hoping it would hold 12, but no. I doubt it's even going to hold 11. Oh, we had a nice cruise going. Yeah, we definitely won't be able to complete this run today. Not at this speed. Not with that many kilometers to go. It's just not happening. I'm really upset. A few days ago I lost my glasses. My good glasses. I don't wear them very often. I only wear them when I go out, when I'm driving and I'm out in public, because I have a harder time seeing further away. So when I'm driving, like, signs will be blurry, or if I'm looking up at a menu at like just McDonald's or something. Not that it matters. I mean, McDonald's is McDonald's. I'm just choosing that as an example. But if I'm like trying to read something that's equivalent to a McDonald's menu, like prices or something, it's blurry and I can't see it very well. So that's when I wear my glasses. Around the house, which speed? Around the house, I don't wear them. So I went out late one day to go get something, speaking of which, at McDonald's, and I came back. I took them off, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they are. Now, I have backup glasses, so I can still see, but they're not lightweight rims. They're not flexible, which really helps in my comfort, and the lenses don't tint, which I've grown severely accustomed to tinting lenses. So when I'm out in public, I don't have have problems with the sun blinding me or aggravating my eyes. So I'm really not happy, because I've had those glasses for over a year, maybe 2, I'm not sure. I've had them for a while. And I lost my train of thought. I mean, I know I'm talking about my glasses, but I forget what I was going to say. I've just had them for a while, and I've actually taken good care of them, and they get lost. Seems to happen to the nicer things that I have. My wedding ring had disappeared, although I don't so much surmise that got lost as that got stolen, but unfortunately I can't prove it. My glasses have vanished. I know those weren't stolen, but still, these are things I really can't replace, I got my glasses when I had money. So, at least I think I paid for them. The reason I say that is because it may have been when my wife had money and she paid for them for me. I don't remember, but it was one of the two. But either way, there's things that just aren't easy to replace. You know, since I've lost my wedding ring, I haven't been able to replace it at all. You know, I'm grateful for the fact that I still have glasses, because it would be really bad going and driving without them. Um, I can still see well enough to drive, but not being able to see signs, even though the roads are the same going down, up, I've been driving them for 15 years. This is an island. It's not like there's very many changes. You know, it just really helps to being able to see that distance clearly and not have it blurry. You know, so there is good to it, but still, I just miss my glasses, and I wish I knew what happened to them. Probably just gonna play some more Diablo, and this is over. Me and my nephew are gonna do some riffs, I guess. So that'll be pretty cool. Diablo is fun, but you got to be careful on it because you can easily burn out on it. I was feeling it earlier when leveling my monk. I was like getting close to 70, so I didn't want to stop. But I also felt that tiredness of grinding out that level and having to, you know, continue that push. Some people probably enjoy it more than me. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I'm having fun with it. But I got to be careful on that grind is all. There was a bit of a risk in that turn there that I didn't need to take. At least we've been able to hold some speed this time. We've actually put a fair amount of distance behind us already. Oops. It's been really nice being able to put that distance. I think we've put a more than a solid 200. I think we're heading for 300 right now. I want to try to get back into the flow of ending a run at the end of a video, so I will not like push this run too far. I think another between 100 and 200 kilometers is where I'm going to stop, somewhere in there. When I find a good rest spot in that area, I'll come to a stop. Why are there so many cars at 2 in the morning? Somebody has driven the highway many times at 2 in the morning. There ain't no need for that shit right there. That was a long time ago. I've worked so many jobs. I never held a good job. Well, I've had good jobs. There's a difference between having and holding. I've never held a good job. I've always had something happen. And I know why now, but back then I didn't, and it actually cost me so many jobs, man. I've worked for nearly every fast food restaurant out there. McDonald's multiple times, Burger King a couple times. I've worked for McDonald's, Wendy's, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Never worked for Jack's because there was no Jack in the Box on the East Coast. I'm trying to think that there was like more fast food places, but I guess that was it in terms of fast food. I also worked for Pizza Hut, and Papagino's, which is an East Coast pizza place. D'Angelo's, which is an East Coast sub shop. I wish they'd come out here, man. I so miss D'Angelo's number 9 sandwich. Number 9 sandwich is a cheesesteak with peppers, onion, sauteed peppers, onions, mushrooms on it, man. Ooh, it is so good. I also worked for a bunch of local places. When I lived in New Hampshire, I was a bouncer for a place known as the Coliseum, which was a nightclub that had 3 distinct dance clubs in it. It had its, it's, I don't know what they call it. I don't know exactly what they called it for sure. But it was basically there was the rock and roll club, then there was the 70s / disco club, and then there was the club that played the popular music on the radio that day, popular music, dance music, things like that. I worked security jobs. I worked 2 different security jobs. I worked for a local security firm. I think it was known as Sunrise Security. I also worked for a big security firm out of Boston. I lost that job with my own stupidity. I ended up not being able to work for about a week and a half. I ended up in the hospital, and I was the overnight security guard. Well, in the hospital, I was put basically on a regular schedule. Going to sleep normally, getting up late normally. The day I was released from the hospital, I went back to work. Wasn't ready. I should have taken 1 day to recover and put myself back on an overnight schedule. So I ended up nodding off, and it was just for half a second, literally. I literally just tipped my head down and then snapped back up and went, whoa, I'm dozing off. And I actually said that out loud. Mistake number 2. And there happened to be somebody just around the corner, and they heard. And, oh, good job, Driver Charles. Bringing in some big bucks now. And they heard, and they thought that I had dozed off, and they reported me, and it's automatic termination for the company I worked for. It's just automatic termination. You're done. If you fall asleep while on guard duty. But it was a nice job, paid well. I didn't like. I got my paychecks in the mail, which I didn't like, because they, for a while, kept putting the wrong information, so my check would always come late. Took a while before that got figured out. So. Actually, I worked for Burger King 3 times. Yeah. I've held a lot of jobs in my time. And I fired or quit almost every one of them. And maybe sometimes I'll tell you about one of the early jobs I had as a driver for a whatever. I'm enjoying the drive too much to care. Really? Well, it's a good thing Driver Charles got me 14 grand, so I don't have to care about you. At least not today. I'll go back to caring about speeding tickets tomorrow when I get back in Eve. At some point, it's going to take a long, it's something I'd start talking about from the beginning, just to make sure I can fit everything. Is one of the first jobs as a driver that I had for a company known as Park Transportation. Now, they may still exist. I'll just tell you a little bit about it. Um, they may still exist. They were the largest, pretty much the only transporter of handicapped adults to and from their job locations, um, or at least their central location. Um, yeah, it's a good time to find a place to rest. I should have been finding a place to rest already. We got a tunnel in front of us, so hopefully there's one close. Zoom in and... oh boy. Not for a while. That's not well, but then I'll just make a short episode and try and put us back on track. But yeah, they covered a huge area of the Massachusetts Eastern Seaboard. Places like Hanover, Marshfield, Plymouth, Pembroke, Duxbury, Kingston, Avon, just all, they were just all over the place. It was a massive company. But the guy who ran it when I got hired was actually in prison. And basically he was in prison for embezzling and the neglect of his company, and because the company got a lot of state funding, because it was working with the handicap. And it was pretty messed up. All the vans that were driving were old. They were old. I was working for them in 92 or 93, and the vans they were using were like 83, 84. So 10 years old. Each van had over 300,000 miles on it, and they were falling apart in many cases. Some of the things I want to mention is just like some of the vans I used to drive is what I want to talk about, like in the next episode, man. Just unbelievable, some of the vehicles I used to drive. And then after working for them for a little while, the company, I don't think it was bought out. I think it was taken over by the government and then given, or somebody else bought it from the government to take over running it, and did start making changes. But it was a massive recovery, and even though things didn't work out for me in the end, and I didn't see eye to eye with the new owner towards the end, and it ended up me getting fired / quitting. I have to give props to the fact that he was turning the company around. I have to give him that, because he had to slowly replace the entire fleet. And there was a lot of vehicles. You have no idea how many. And he was doing good work. But before him, man, it was just horrible. And even with him, things were going bad. But that's not his fault, really. I mean, he came in on a bad company. But he kind of acted... fine, you want to be like that? I kind of figured this would happen. I might get it to work if I can maneuver the trailer enough. I'm going to try. Let's not get hung up here. That would be so nice. Come on. Whew! Just barely. Yeah, let's get some rest. Alright, here we are. Loan installment was paid. Not a huge deal. Alright, so, yeah. Not the guy's fault, really, but overall, just how things went. And, yeah, it was just a mess. But anyways, I'll talk about some of the vehicles and things that happened before they started revamping the company. Might come into my next video. A little slow for today, I guess. Getting back into the feel of things, but I am happy to be driving again in Euro Truck. Happy to be making the videos and posting again. Feels better. But that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugger. I'm going to be signing out, and I'll see you then.